What is up, guys? My name is Bryce Pruitt. This is the M1 Journey, and welcome to the channel. Hey, what is up, guys? Long time no see. It's been a while since I've been able to make a video due to my crazy college schedule as the semester draws to a close. My schedule will continue to be pretty crazy for about the next month, as at the end of the semester I'm getting ready to go on vacation, as well as when I return I will be starting a new summer job, so just kind of bear with me as we kind of go through this and try to figure out exactly what works. But if you would like to stay up to date on all of my schedule updates, go ahead and check out my social media pages and the links down in the description. That's a good way to keep up with what I'm doing when I'm not posting videos, as well as any changes to my schedule that I might be having. So again, thank you to you guys for being so supportive, as well as if you are a new viewer, go ahead and subscribe if you would like to stay up to date on the channel when I'm posting videos. And so that's about it for channel news. As far as market news, things have been trading relatively flat over the last couple of weeks. There has been some concerns arise about inflation once again. The new Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, kind of voiced some concerns about inflation as a whole arising, for the foreseeable future. But we'll kind of see what happens. Otherwise, earnings season has kind of rolled on by pretty smoothly. There's been some pretty blowout earning reports that looked really, really good. There's been a few that have been disappointing overall, but nothing too crazy is going on. I would say everything's still pretty smooth overall, even though things have flattened out to some degree. Today being Tuesday, we have seen a little bit of a drop off in the NASDAQ and tech stocks, again on the news about maybe potential inflation down the road. That always seems to hit tech stocks harder than anything else, but again, I don't think it's anything to panic about, just something to keep an eye on. So I'm going to get into my disclaimer and then we'll get into the portfolio update. So of course, guys, as always, I am not a financial advisor and I am not an expert. So please do your own due diligence and research before making any investment decisions, or consult a financial advisor to assist you. I do this strictly for entertainment purposes and as a hobby for myself. So I just always feel the need to say that. And then one last thing before the update is I will be making a Let's Discuss video this Thursday of a stock of my choosing. Normally I put out a Twitter poll to help me decide, but since it's just so short notice, I will go ahead and pick it. Most likely it will be some kind of growth oriented stock, so be on the lookout when it drops on Thursday. And with that being said, let's get into the update. So guys, like I said, the portfolio has still been doing pretty well. Over the last week or so, we're up about 1.29% or $335, of which $15.96 is earned dividends. So these will come into our cash balance probably here in the next month or so, since this is different companies' ex-dividend dates passing. For the month though, we are having still a very nice month, up about 4% or $1,000 total. For the quarter, just a tremendous quarter. really amazing returns, up almost 12% or $2,700. And then all time since we've joined M1 Finance back on early July 2nd, we've been up 39% money weighted return, and then almost $6,200, $505 of dividends. Right now we're sitting at $41.10 in the cash balance, and the portfolio has a current value of $26,557.99. So again, guys, things are just really going well for this portfolio. I really couldn't be happier. Right away, I will address my big move that I just made today. We'll go over to my holdings. As you can see, I have one loser in this portfolio, and this has really happened in a hurry over the last couple of weeks, and that's Brookfield Renewable. Brookfield's dropped about 10 to 13%, somewhere in there in the last month or two. I was up on this position, but I didn't drop down, so I did decide to make the decision for the first time that I would try out the M1 borrow feature. I borrowed $250 from M1. We can go over here to show you what it looks like. See, I borrowed $250 today, which is about 2.7% of my credit limit of $9,200. Since I am an M1 Plus member, I do get a 2% interest rate. So I saw an opportunity to buy Brookfield. Kind of go over here because it is down today about 2%. Over the last month, it has really trended downwards, but I really think Brookfield over the long haul will do very well. Over the last year, you can see it's done very well. So I did decide to buy just a little bit more. So I use that $250 to buy about 6 2/3 shares of Brookfield to kind of bump up that holding just a little bit and just see where it happens. So other than that, guys, another big achievement that's happened is I have crossed over the 200% unrealized gain for Discover. Actually, it is my winner of the week. I'll go back over here because it has been really on a tear here, especially recently. I mean, all of my financials have done well, but Discover's up 7% the last week, which is really, really nice to see. It's trading around $115. My loser of the week, you would think, would actually be Brookfield, but it is not. It is, once again, Advanced Micro Devices. They had a really bad week, down 8%. And the reason I didn't use this borrowed money to buy AMD is because I am still up on this position pretty substantially, or doing pretty well, I should say. So I just decided to put it into Brookfield because that is the only position in this portfolio I am currently down on. So yeah, that was kind of the big move I'm making there. That's the growth stock that I'm really focusing on the heaviest right now, since I have gotten up to 17.8 shares of Brookfield. So I'll kind of get into some of my other moves. I had my big dividend payers pay out yesterday. AT&T paid me $21.55, Verizon paid $13.65, and JP Morgan on the 30th of April paid $4.90. So again, guys, I still have this cash balance, still waiting around just to be invested when I see an opportunity. Last week I didn't make a video, of course, so I'll get into what I bought last week with my bi-weekly deposit, plus the extra cash balance I had in there. So I'd made 4 purchases. Bought some more Verizon, some more Procter & Gamble. Once again, bought some more Brookfield, as well as some more FedEx. At the time, these were all down a little bit from where they had been, so I saw them as a chance to buy a little bit on a minor dip of all of these. The only one that has continued to slide since then is Brookfield. The other 3 have done very well. So that's about all the moves I've made in this portfolio. Again, I don't foresee, taking out any more money. I will pay this back over the next month or so. But I wanted to take an opportunity to, try out the M1 borrow feature because I've never used it before. Generally, I wouldn't recommend buying on margin, but as you can see, I pretty comfortably have the capital to be able to pay off, any margin calls that could arise or any interest payments I have to make. So I felt comfortable doing that. We'll get into my Roth IRA. The Roth has continued to perform, about as well as you could expect. For the last week, we have seen pretty flat trading. I mean, down just 50 cents. For the day, though, we are down about $17.31. For the month, though, still a good month, up 95.73, about 3%. For the quarter, 6.5% or $190. And then all time since August, up about 21% or $388. So, I mean, a Roth IRA isn't supposed to move too much, up or down. I mean, generally it's supposed to trend up over time, but it's not going to be too volatile. So this is doing exactly, what I wanted to do. My activity here has seen, AT&T pay out their dividend of $3.84. I did make my bi-weekly deposit of $100 on Monday, which was yesterday, as well as I did go ahead and just add another $150. And because I've had a little bit of extra money come in recently, so I actually invested $250 this week into my Roth IRA. So I'll show you what it did there. You know, AT&T was actually overweighted in this portfolio, so it didn't buy very much AT&T, but everything else was about $15 or more. Of course, you know, majority goes into VOO, which is the heaviest weighted, you know, allocation I have. So yeah, again, things going pretty steadily. The aggressive portfolio has been doing pretty terrible. Admittedly, you know, for the month we're down about 4.48%, which is better than I, you know, would expect as bad as growth stocks have been forming, but most of that's happened in the last week where we're down about 7.28%. I did not make my monthly deposit into this portfolio. I actually put it into my Roth IRA this month. I just didn't really want to make any moves this month with this portfolio. Just wanted to kind of ride it out and see what happens. If it continues to pull back, I might put some money in just to, you know, kind of dollar cost average some of these down positions. But my biggest winner of the week, which it has been for like a month now, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, of course, is Doge. Doge, again, is, you know, really taken off. We actually broke through the 50-cent barrier finally early this morning. Yeah, about 7:30 this morning Central Time. And then, you know, of course, by 9:30 or so, or right after 9 a.m., we had broken through 60 cents. So Doge just continues just to amaze. I mean, it's nothing like I have ever seen before. My position, I'm now up 476% at this current time. Could have been up a lot more, as you guys know, as I talked about in the last video, but, you know, hard to predict these kind of things. It's just kind of wild. So I'm going to continue to ride it out, see what happens. I'll go to the live chart. It's up a little bit, trending up for the month, up 881%, looks like. 3 months, up 1,400%. For the year, if you bought a year ago, you'd be up 22,200%. And if you are one of, I guess, the genius people who bought it 5 years ago when it was still just a joke, when it was a meme, I guess you would be up about 281,000%, which is just, I mean, it's really hard to describe anything like this. But again, if you guys own Doge, let me know down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, are you sticking with it, or are you taking your profits? You know, I personally think, I wasn't a believer for a long time. I believe it will hit $1 at some point in the relatively near future. Elon Musk, who is a huge proponent of Dogecoin, is going on SNL this Saturday, so I expect that will cause it to shoot up even more. So that is something, again, to keep an eye on. Dogecoin, now by market cap, is larger than companies like Ford, Twitter, and Dollar General, among others, which again is just a crazy, crazy statistic. But yeah, before I wrap up this portfolio update, I am going to show you my updated totals for my portfolio. So this is my spreadsheet for my long-term portfolio. I haven't updated how much I'm making in dividend income per year. So right now I'm projected for about $685.71. So that's about a 2.58% yield. My yield on cost is actually pretty good, about 3.2%. So I hadn't updated this for a while since you know, I haven't been showing it. And then for my Roth IRA, go over here, projected to make, I can delete that, don't need that. Projected to make about $87.60, which is a 2.4% yield and 2.65% yield on cost. So again, guys, not really anything too crazy other than maybe, you know, buying Brookfield a little bit more aggressively. But yeah, so that's going to pretty well wrap it up for this update, and I'll go into the final part of the video. So guys, thanks for tuning in and sticking around. If you did, again, if you are a new viewer, go ahead and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of my latest videos. And if you would like to sign up on M1 Finance, feel free to do so using my link down in the description. When you do so and create your account and make your first $100 deposit into an individual account, you will get $30 from M1 Finance just for using their platform. So check that out for more information. And again, be on the lookout for Thursday's Let's Discuss video. I hope you guys are doing well in your portfolios, and I hope the market continues to do well. So I will see you guys on Thursday.